All right, guys. So welcome back to Marant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. So up next is Tammy, the crypto queen herself, aka Cruella DeVille of the stock market and/or cryptocurrency market. She calls herself the crypto queen, which is actually funny because the real person known as the crypto queen was a scam artist back in like 2019. But Tammy, she meant well with her video. She made a video about PP Seeds and Bill Pulte and called them scam artists and all the above. I mean, she went off on them. She tried to go get them. And she did well. I thought she had a good video. The unfortunate part is it started out really rough. She was talking about Ryan Cohen. And Tammy, I'm just going to tell you, don't speak on stuff that you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, that's where you need to stay away from it. But everybody knows you're an amateur at this stock market stuff, but it's okay. I'm here to help. Let's walk you down it. Let's go see Cruella DeVille and her 101 Dalmatians, 101 crypto plays. Oh God, you should see her on Twitter. It's gross. And her skincare products. Shout out to you for pitching out your own products and everything you do. I saw your grift. Good for you, Tammy. You're an entrepreneur, like everyone wants to claim they are. The unfortunate part is you're one facelift away from actually getting the truth. And let's see what it is. Yeah, personal shots, physical. Sure, I'll do all of it. I don't care. It's entertainment. Let's get it.
Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sipniewski, your crypto queen. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. And tonight we're going to take a break from cryptocurrency and go down another path. Still having to do with the financial sector, but this is more of like a conspiracy story and how you shouldn't trust any one person that you watch on YouTube or on TV, because those people could be leading you down a very...
I shouldn't trust people on YouTube? Like you? Maybe you're leading me down a very bad path right now, but it's okay. I just have one bone to pick with you. I told you. Second half of your video is actually what I would be doing, right? But the first half, no ma'am.
Very dark and dangerous path. And we are talking about conspiracy theorists tonight, especially those conspiracy theorists who have gotten their followers involved in a stock called Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, that Bed Bath & Beyond, the one that's now bankrupt. The big box store, they sold all kinds of bedding and bathroom stuff, and your grandma didn't go there until she got her ginormous coupon in the mail. Well, they stopped doing the ginormous coupons, and that's why probably it went bankrupt. But yeah, we're talking about that.
You see, it's stuff like that. The hyperbole, like where you just say stuff. That's probably why it went bankrupt. That's not why it went bankrupt. It went bankrupt because private equity swept in, and they started doing things like share buybacks that they didn't need, over $12 billion worth. They used all their cash. They signed bad deals. They hired poorly. They actually infiltrated themselves with private equity so they could gut the company, carve out assets. Vulture capitalism. It's been happening in America for the last 50 years. Where do you live? Under a rock? I'm just asking. So before you start talking, Tammy, educate yourself. But let's go for it.
So Bed Bath & Beyond filed for bankruptcy this past April 2023. And that's what kind of kickstarted and jump-started this whole thing with people believing, oh no, it's probably not really going to go bankrupt. Ryan Cohen is going to swoop in and maybe pull some kind of short squeeze, and he's going to save the company. And quick, we need to start loading our bags full of Bed Bath & Beyond. So we're going to be, by the time this is all done, we're going to be millionaires. And that's what these people actually believed. Now, why do they think that Ryan Cohen, of all people, would kind of swoop in and save the day? Well, he's known as like an activist investor. I personally don't think that at all, but people in this sect believe that he is. He did own 10% of Bed Bath & Beyond shares, but that was last year. He bought in 2022, and after owning them for a little while, he tweeted very positively about how the future was very bright.
I want to explain, okay? Not only did Ryan buy in for under 10%, and that's very key, by the way. When he bought in under 10% on purpose. And he wrote a letter to the board of directors. So I don't know if you think he thought everything was great. He thought the company was good, or he was positive about it. He wanted to see fundamental change. The difference that happened with this company when he bought in was that they did a share buyback on purpose to elevate his share count. And in doing so, it lowered the price of the stock. So what the hell did he do? He went ahead and filed and said he's selling. And at that point, okay, and he held the stock from March 2022 all the way to August. Yes. And he was in a window where he could sell his shares. And when he sold his shares, he made an announcement first. Okay? They pumped the stock and he got out and he took some profit. But do you know what they did by pumping it? They unleashed what you see today. They unleashed PP seeds. They unleashed ABC. They unleashed Bill Pulte. Like, you don't understand the grift and how it works. See, they don't even understand it, Tammy. Like, when they make videos and all of a sudden they get thousands of views and thousands of people show up to a live stream, they actually think it's real people. It's not. They're bots. I know you weren't here for the AMC pump and dump that it was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Matthew Kors had 60,000 people in his live stream. He now has not even 1,000. Like, let that sit in for a second. You got guys like Pi-Fi, who was running 2K people on a live stream. Now he's at 200, 300. There's a reason why these guys have all fallen off, because they're not real people pumping out this misinformation. Yes, PP Seeds is a real person, and he probably thinks he has a real following. He's going to find out very soon how big it really is. It takes time for these pump and dumps to play out on you. But this is not conspiracy, young lady. Ryan knew what it was. He walked in, he saw if he could change anything, and he couldn't. And I've already spelled out what happened there. If you go watch, I have a series, it's called Connect the Dots. There's 43, 42 volumes of it. You can watch every single one and maybe you'll learn something and you won't just sit here and speak out of your ass. But secondly, you'll understand that 3 hedge funds went in there and planted all of the private equity pieces you need. And they gutted this company over the span of 4 to 5 years. It's going to happen with every other company you see. They're called retail killers, these category killer stocks. And it's happened over the last 20 years. But that's why they came into retail. Apollo, Bain, Carlyle Group. There's so many. Ares, you name them. If I'm not naming one, I apologize. But Blackstone, these private equity firms that are out there rocking the world, they've been doing this playbook for 50 years. So we uncovered this. We let you know how it was going to be done. Ryan's fully aware that private equity is there. And guess what's not present in GameStop? Those villains, that private equity sector, that's about 7 or 8 big boys. The names come in and destroy your company. It's not in GameStop. They pushed them out. But I'm going to let you paint Ryan in a bad light right now, and I'm going to fix you, or I'm going to try to.
For Bed Bath & Beyond, and people felt like this was a signal for them to really ape into Bed Bath & Beyond. So a lot of shares were traded, and it caused the stock to skyrocket. I think it went up like almost 50% in value.
I mean, you're embarrassing. You're absolutely embarrassing. The stock was at $5, $6. It went all the way up to like $6 in July. That is not 50% up in value. He bought in at 15. So where did it really go? What he did was from $6, it went all the way to 30. Yes. And people were FOMOing in, as they do for a lot of other stocks. You can't put the blame on Ryan Cohen for that. He took minimal profits on a position that he put out. Yeah, 60 million, 90 million, whatever it is that he ended up making, that's minimal profits for a guy who's worth billions and putting out billions. You don't think so? His GameStop position was once worth $1.9 billion and he didn't sell a single share. Yeah. But you want to paint him out for 60 million. He just tried to skate for 60 million and paint him out that way. He didn't pump the stock and he didn't dump the stock. He left the company because he saw what it was. We all did. I sold my shares as well. A lot of other people did too. And I told everybody there's not a merger coming. There's no acquisition coming, because in retail, there's a thing called culture. This is what these guys don't seem to understand. I'm talking about that whole damn crew that you called out. PP Seeds, ABC, Kais Malej, Michael, I don't care who they are. They don't understand retail, the business. The aspect of business is to create a culture where you delight the customer and they come back, and it's called layered growth, and they never leave. The e-commerce shopper returns more every year. Every 5 years, they never leave, guys. It's continued growth. That's real growth. Yes, it's pragmatic, and yes, it takes forever. And it's not instant gratification like all these kids want. They don't want to build wealth. They just want to get rich tomorrow. The unfortunate part for them is they don't understand that Ryan Cohen put his own name in the bucket. He put his own hat in, and he said, you know what? Not only am I putting my own money on the line, I'm putting my reputation on the line. And he's at work right now at GameStop. So him selling out of his position, him doing all this has nothing to do with what they plan to do later. They have to build a culture there first. This is why I'm constantly battling misinformation. But what you're putting out is the wrong information. I'll let you finish because I'm getting ahead of myself.
And once it increased that 50%, guess what happened? Ryan Cohen sold his. Now, in cryptocurrency land, we call that a pump and dump. I don't know what it's known as, and well, probably is still a pump and dump, right?
No, because cryptocurrency is the wild, wild west. It's not regulated. The stock market's regulated. You actually have to file when you're going to sell. So he filed the day before. He let the whole world know he was selling. There is no pumping and dumping. Was he involved in a pump? Did he put out a tweet and say, hey guys, this is going to the moon. This is a great company. I can't wait. I'm here forever. Did he? That would be pumping, right? No, instead, he sold out of his position, walked out. And what do you think the pressures are of private equity? You know that guy who used to work for Avon, the CFO of Bed Bath & Beyond? Do you know who he is? The one who jumped off of a cliff, off of a building? Gustavo Ernell jumped off of his apartment building. Okay? And he killed himself. Allegedly. And because now they're trying to tie Ryan Cohen in on a lawsuit to say that he's pumping and dumping a stock, but yet it's a dead man talking, right? No one can talk but the dead man. Or did Gustavo Ernell know that private equity was going to rob this company for every single dollar they have? And his position, okay, his share position is worth more upon death, where he can sell immediately and take care of his family. Was he the guy falling on the sword for his family? Is that what really happened? I don't know that part. But that's the part that makes sense for me. Knowing that he's had a career this whole time, and yet he's worked with private equity for the last 3 years, 4 years, and now here you are saying, what's next? How can we blame Ryan Cohen for what's happening with Bed Bath & Beyond, or what happened to them? They don't exist anymore, Tammy. The shares are gone. The investment's gone. No one works there anymore. There's not a single employee of Bed Bath & Beyond that exists. So when these guys are telling each other that they're buying this new company or they're getting some new shares, of what? Who's the board of directors? Who's there? No one. Everyone's moved on to other jobs. They don't even work there anymore. They haven't for months.
No matter where you go in financial terms, we have rug job and we got pump and dump. So he definitely...
We also have blowjob, okay?
Pumped and dumped his shares. He's being investigated right now. I don't know if it's a formal investigation or if there's going to be, any charges that become of it, but they're looking at him like, hey, you dumped after you tweeted so positively and you ran off with the money.
No, that's not how they're doing it. You're painting them up that way. Have you called the law firm? I have. I've called the law firm and I asked about the pending litigation against Ryan Cohen. And I asked, who are you suing and why are you suing and how's this working? You know what they did? They did what ambulance chasers do. They said, what we're trying to do right now is gather how many people lost money on this pump and then see who sold securities during that window. And then what we're going to do is see if we actually have a case. But let's smear the name of Ryan Cohen and Gustavo Ernell while we're at it. Let's do that. Let's paint out this bad headline so people like you can just keep on parodying it. What do you think they're going to do with PP Seeds and Bill Pulte? What do you think these ambulance chasers are going to do? Some lawyer's going to get a hold of these guys, right? And I know you said all about it in the second half of this video, but my point is you need to learn to separate the two. You need to learn to separate those grifters and those bad actors from what Ryan Cohen really is. Ryan Cohen walked in, he saw what it was, he tried to fix it, he couldn't. They backstabbed him by doing a share buyback. They didn't have to do that with the cash. That increased his shares. Okay, his percentage of shares and ownership, he went to 10%, he went over. Now he's like, what the hell? I'm one of the major shareholders here. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, on purpose, they did that. He knew what it was. Private equity knew what it was too. And he knew how it would look. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That didn't matter. the conspiracy theorists still believe that Ryan Cohen would swoop in and save the day. So they have watched the value of Bed Bath & Beyond, and as I'd mentioned, they filed for bankruptcy in April. And ever since then, the value of the BBBYQ, anytime a company goes into bankruptcy, they put the little Q at the end of the ticker symbol, the price has been circling the drain. But that didn't matter to these conspiracy guys. They're like, DCA into your position, hit the dip, buy more. And here we have this group of people that even though now the stocks are canceled, they still believe that.
So I want to tell you something, okay, Tammy, and I want to get this correct. I want to get this out in the record, and I'll take you off the screen, okay? I want to set you straight on the history of what Bed Bath & Beyond's doing. If you don't know this at the beginning of time, they didn't believe it was going to be Ryan Cohen. I'm telling you, what they all wanted was they wanted Bed Bath & Beyond to just rock it because it was a short squeeze. They felt that there was manipulation going on, that these stocks, these shares should be worth so much more because it's run before, it's going to run again. They didn't start putting out that DD of Ryan Cohen and potentially saving the company or coming back in and buying it out till about February timeframe. I promise you, I've been there the whole time. They've been changing their narrative. You got a guy on the show named Michael who bought in because he believed in Sue Gove. It had nothing to do with Ryan Cohen. Today, right now, he won't talk about Sue Gove. All he talks about is Ryan. And Ryan's going to save us, and I know why I'm here. Or Bill Pulte's going to save us. That's the new headline. Bill Pulte comes in and says, yes, I love your show. I like you guys. Do you know why he's there? Tammy, do you know this? I ask you. Bill Pulte came to our show, this show right here, a month and a half before he ever went to PP show. And do you know what he said? Marantz, why are you so critical of me? And I told him why. Because I'm critical of everyone who just speaks to speak. If you're going to pump AMC, if you're going to pump Bed Bath & Beyond, you better have good reason because I know it's private equity. I know who owns the company. I know who controls the company. The bondholders do. And this is living proof. So when he knew he couldn't infiltrate this chat, this people right here, he came here. And you couldn't get anyone in my crew to go over there and be like, you know what, Bill Pulte's a good guy. We're going to ride with them. No, I was very respectful with him initially. But the minute he went to PPCs and he found out he can manipulate those people for money, you don't think it's money? He's not giving PP cash. Those guys are people. I see people tweeting them out, 500, 500, 500. Who are they? What are they? What are they looking for? The stocks are gone. The shares are gone. But Bill Pulte's in this just like PP. Out of nowhere, they became the narrative, which they were never. That's not the way this was going to work out. Some crazy man by the name of Kais Malej came out here and told everybody the merger was going to happen. They're going to have a baby. And I said, you're crazy. It's not going to happen. And I established that back in July and August of last year. Not this year, last year. With him on the stream. These guys have no idea about the interviews we've done here on this channel, nor do you. We've already talked to these guys. We knew they were crazy then. All we've been trying to do, not only me, there's a lot of people out here who try to do it. All we've been trying to do is save people. We've been trying to save people from this investment because we knew that it was going to be a 100% loss. There's no way that you can win. Still to this day, there is no way you can win. Not on Bed Bath & Beyond. So, Tammy, thank you for shedding light on who they are and what they are, the grifters that they are. But that narrative of them being saved and how the company's going, it's only gone one direction because they make it go that direction. They've changed it. They've moved the field goal posts every single time. And here's why. Because when you were told that it's going bankrupt, guess what they said? You're wrong. It's not going bankrupt. Why haven't they filed for bankruptcy? I said, because it's too expensive. It's too expensive at 1,000 stores. They got to cut the footprint. They're going to close down all their stores. You'll see. Sue Gove comes out and says, you know what, guys? We closed all the stores. We're down to 360. Yeah. They closed it for bankruptcy so that they would find dip financing to actually get them through it. That's what happened. Do you know what happened to all the videos that said otherwise? They deleted all those videos. PPC has deleted videos 3 separate times, hundreds of thousands of views. I'm telling you, they're controlling the story to fit their new narrative. And it's going to keep happening this way because they are the mass manipulators of retail. The few people that watch, you think it's a lot. It's not. It's unfortunate because 1,000 people, 10,000 people, that's not a lot of people. It's a small pocket of the internet. The internet is massive. That's why it's so frustrating for me because what, you mean to tell me the couple of thousand people that watch this show, they're the only ones that are informed, the only smart guys out there in the world? Do you know how eye-opening it is when you watch Connect the Dots? Tammy, by this time in the video, you're probably like, what the hell is Marantz talking about? Who is this guy? Yeah, you need to know who the hell I am. And you need to go watch the videos. They're called Connect the Dots. Go Google them. And I don't give a damn. When you've watched the first one, you watch the second one, you watch the third one. By the time you hit episode about 6, we're off and running. And you're going to figure out what the hell's going on in America. And by that time, hopefully it's not too late for you. But you play in a space called cryptocurrency, and you don't even know what you're doing to people. You don't know it because you're grifting on yourself. Do you see how many affiliate links you have on your shit? Do you know what you push out? You're pushing out the wrong things in life. A gamble, a hope. You see this company? See, I don't pay attention to the stock price every day like some people think I do. I look at the price that I could buy it at, sure. But I look at the fundamentals of this company. And it's run by Ryan Cohen. He's a CEO. Happens to be a young entrepreneur that is a billionaire that has plans to battle back. He is an activist investor. But by being that, maybe you need to be an activist investor yourself. Maybe you need to go and shop at the store. Maybe you need to do all the things. But no, none of you guys shop at Bed Bath & Beyond. You can't shop there anymore. You can't shop there today. You can't support your company. You can't support your investment and your leadership. All you crypto cats out there, you included, Tammy, what are you backing when you buy crypto? What adoption do you have? You don't think I know the crypto world too? I know it very well. But you want to go ahead and skate that side of the table too. I'm not doing it. I'm buying the one thing that they shut down the stock market for, the one thing that they're all afraid of, the one thing that they're all in it together. You want to stop me? Get the story right. I'm with Ryan. Peace.